Hey guys, you're tuned into the Jersey Comic Krew, and on today's episode, we're going to talk about delays from the coronavirus, movie delays, Marvel delays, all of that. Stay tuned next. And we don't really have a lot of time right now watching Westworld, and that we're waiting for other stuff to come out, but we know that there's delays galore in the COVID-19 pop culture universe. We know Last of Us 2, a big game that we're both waiting for, is delayed indefinitely. Yep. The Ironman VR game got delayed. Filming of Spider-Man 3 Homecoming for the 7th time, it got delayed, and all these other movies. So my question to you guys as fans and watching this, and my question to Chris here, does this bring concern that we're just gonna have a trickle down effect, that smaller movies are going to be cut for this, things are going to be sacrificed with all these delays? Or you think things are going to just stack up on top of each other and just like cannibalize each other? You have too many good movies at a certain point, you're not going to watch them all, Yeah. Is there any risk of that?
Yeah, I think there is. I think we're kind of in an unknown right now, and I think all sectors kind of have their own, giant boulder to push uphill. Yeah. Per se, and especially video games, right? Like, I think for Sony, it's actually a smart move.
You think so?
I think so. I think for Sony, it's a smart move as far as Last of Us 2 is basically a Game of the Year contender, if not an automatic winner when it comes out.
Okay.
And you don't want to release it in a world that isn't going to be able to enjoy it fully. Meaning, you don't want to put all this money into the marketing, put all this money into distribution when you can't get it to the reach that you would like, right? And it's not about, I can't go to a GameStop or I can't, go to a store and pick it up because we can download games. It's people are not going to spend $60 on a game.
They're trying to save their money.
If they need it for, if people are unemployed or people are, people's pay has stopped for this amount of time that they don't know. And I think that's a smart thing with Sony because that's honestly a Game of the Year contender, if not winner. The trickle-down effect for them is it hurts entities like GameStop, which is already hurting, right? Like GameStop sitting there like, oh, man, can't wait till Last of Us comes out because that'll be a great money push. And it's a game that I know myself has been, waiting for so long. It was supposed to come out in February, got delayed. I know anyone who has a VR headset wants that Ironman VR game as well.
I know. Who doesn't want to fly around as Iron Man?
Who doesn't want to be Iron Man? Come on. So I know those are two massive games that are now indefinitely delayed. If I had to guess, maybe Last of Us 2 gets pushed back and they put it on PS5 and they update it.
I don't know, man. That's a big push. That's a big push.
It's a big push, but we're in the unknown, right? Like it's a crazy theory, but. Or who knows?
PS5 doesn't come out until 2022. No, it doesn't come out this year.
Yeah,
does it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe. PS5 and the next Xbox are this year.
That might be what they do then. Have a big launch title with the game. Might sell more systems. They're probably like a win-win for them. They might do that. Makes
that would
sense.
be a massive AAA game, and probably not the only one, right? Because if you push it back, they plan this stuff at least 3 to 4 years in advance. You're going to have another massive AAA title, maybe a God of War, maybe an Uncharted, maybe, something along the Horizon 2, something along the lines of that, in there. So if they push it back to PS5, maybe that's the big win because you don't want to have a game this big and not sell it. As for movies, I think Marvel's already done the smart thing so far where they've taken like Black Widow and they put it at the Eternals date. So I think everything just gets pushed back to the dates.
Yes, we'll talk about that in a moment. Yeah, everything, especially, the big eyes are on Marvel, the big eyes are on, DC, all these other big conglomerates for these movies because, we're expecting, 2020 was supposed to be a good year for movies, right? You're supposed to have a lot of good stuff.
Good year for
2021 was supposed to be even bigger, but now that everything is getting pushed and delayed to, next year, a lot of people are like, all right, does that mean everything else gets pushed back? Does that mean we're just going to have double features? Speaking of Marvel, we actually just shared on our Instagram page. Make sure to follow us, Jersey Comic Krew, Krews with a K. Of course, you know that because we're here. comicbook.com took the time to label all the new launch dates for the movies. So Black Widow is coming out November 6th this year. Eternals got pushed back to February 12th. Shang-Chi's May, January, February, March, April, May. I had to do my favorite thing. May 7th. Doctor Strange got pushed back. I can't believe how pushed back this is. November 5th, 2021.
Yep.
And then in 2022, we have in February, Thor on the 18th. May, we have Black Panther 2. And then in July, we have Captain Marvel. So everything just got pushed back. And now people already were thinking, can Marvel do this, right? Can Marvel keep going and move forward? Because everything's getting pushed back. And they're always like, there's this concern, like, can they outdo what they just did? And now with this lag time, if you will, due to this, are they going to be able to survive? I personally think that they're not going to have an issue. I think that this is only going to strengthen their power because absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? That's something we've been hearing since we were 2, and we didn't know what the word absent meant, right? So, like,
or fonder.
Yeah, right? So a fonder, they're like, well, they just learned how to draw a heart, and then 2 years from now they're going to learn it doesn't look like that.
Yeah, right.
So, but I think this is going to create more of a want, right? As soon as this ban has been lifted, over this United States, people are going to crave these movies, this entertainment, all this stuff even more. They're going to rush out to the theaters. I think we're going to see box office numbers that we haven't seen before for even these lower level movies because people just want to get out of the house. So for all of you guys who are a little concerned about the movie atmosphere of things being delayed, eating each other, I don't think we have anything to worry about. I think as soon as we can, people are going to rush out to do the things that they love because they're tired of being at home.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a mixed bag, too. I think, again, it all comes down to financially, right? I think the unemployment rate is going to skyrocket in this country, especially for non-salaried employees and people who work hourly in shifts and jobs like that. And I think it's going to come down to need. And if that rate keeps continuing to climb, you're not going to see as many people going to movies based on just economic, sanity. I think the people, I do think Marvel MCU will be fine. I think Marvel Studios will be fine. I agree 100%. I don't think it's going to hurt them one bit. If anything, this just makes Endgame more real.
You see all the memes, right? We're at the Endgame now.
If anything, this just makes Endgame a documentary instead of a fantasy movie. So I think by the time, Black Widow hits, people will be so hyped to finally, either be in theaters. I think people will be I think we're going to hit a lull of, there's going to be a lot of caution of still going out, even though if it's like, hey, we're cleared to go. I think there's going to be a little bit of people who's like, yeah, I'm going to go outside, but I'm not sitting in a theater with 400 people.
It might be like even if the theaters are open, and I want to get a seat in New York. I don't know if I'm going to go to New York. I probably will because I'm crazy, but I'm still going to have that worry, that apprehension, like, oh, are you sure everybody's clean here? I don't know.
Exactly, and I think that's going to be kind of the new normal, right? Where everyone's like a hypochondriac, and it's like someone coughs and the whole theater turns and looks at that person. Or someone has like corona. An allergy sneeze and everyone like turns and looks and there's a like screaming and fires. But I think it's going to be an interesting kind of first couple months, and I think that also depends on when this curve lessens, which I don't think is soon.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So I think people are like, July, June will be fine. I'm thinking more like late August, September.
Oh, I hope not. I hope it's not that long.
I'm telling you, man, I don't see this curve going down as much. I'm not, obviously I don't work for CNN or MSNBC or definitely not Fox News, but it's really tough to keep getting more cases, and our healthcare system is so underdeveloped with this stuff. And, every doctor who gets sick becomes a patient, and that's one less doctor that you have treating people. So on just
a zombie outbreak
scale,
right?
Yeah, on a basic scale, it's just really, really tough. And if idiots don't listen and stay home, it's tougher. So I think depending on when this ends, and if there is a breathing room of a couple months, right? There's a breathing room of a couple months before these big time movies come out. You're in November, December. The other question is too, holidays, right? If you like just got a new job after this, or you're back at your job and you haven't gotten paid and you've been getting your $1,200 or whatever it is that the government's been stipending you, which is not enough to live on.
Is it $1,200 total?
I think it's $1,200 a month.
A month? Oh, a month.
I think it's $1,200. It's not enough to live on.
I thought it was just a one-time thing. It's a lot better than I thought.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, a month's better, but it's $1,200 a month. It's not a lot. So if you're, getting a job again and you're kind of building yourself back up, are you going to be focused on, hey, I'm going to spend this $20, this $25 going to see a movie, or am I going to get my kid a Christmas present? Or am I going to get, my wife a Christmas present? Like, that's also going to be tough with movies like Top Gun delayed till December, and, Marvel's going to be Marvel. They have the name recognition, right? Nerds are going to go see it regardless.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to gas nerds.
Yeah, we won't care.
But there's going to be a lot of people, but what these movies bank on isn't us, right? They bank on the normal person that just likes to go see these movies.
Yeah.
Going to see it. So I think that's going to be the big question.
All right, guys. So let us know down in the comments below what you think of all these movie delays, all this video game delays, and delays in general due to COVID-19. Are you guys worried or concerned? Do you have any theories of what might happen to these big box offices? Let us know down in the comments below.